everyone. Welcome to my channel, Asia Marie TV. Thank you guys so much for all the support, subscribing, reposting, retweeting, and just showing love. So thank you so much. So firstly, this background is like crazy. I had like 3 different backdrops, like trying to be super YouTubey, and it just didn't work out. I had like pillows everywhere. I had like, it was just a mess. So this is my regular apartment. Will get better like as the more videos come. It'll be like better backdrops, better lighting, better whatever. So it'll just bear with me for today. But so my channel is pretty much going to be about millennials dating. I just feel like there's a really big disconnect with millennials in general. The way that we interact, the way that we communicate just needs to be a little bit more refined, I feel. So my channel is going to be kind of all about just engaging in those types of dialogues. It's for men and women, so it's not just girls. I mean, I don't know, I guess it'll be more geared toward that, but the guys can still tune in to kind of get a few tips as well. So without further ado, our first episode is going to be first date do's and don'ts. Definitely should be doing and definitely should not be doing on our very first date. So this is the first time you're meeting them. This is the first time like you're interacting with them. Sometimes it could be somebody from the past, from college or high school or whatever. But we just want to make sure we're putting our very best foot forward. So the first do is going to be the first do is smell. Like, you need to smell very good, especially the men. Like, if I hug you and it smells like you just came from the gym or just fried some chicken, like, no, that's a really big no-no for me. I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but it's like, oh my god, you smell like chicken. So yeah, so the first is really smell nice, fresh. A nice cologne, not too much, not too overbearing, but just like a nice, like, so when I do embrace you, I feel, really nice. So do number 2 is ask really good questions. You can kind of tell the vibe of something based on the questions that are being asked. So if a guy's asking you like a lot of sexual questions, like what position, what's your favorite position, like, no. So but questions like what brings you peace, or what was your best accomplishment in life, or just like those more connected type of questions are how you really get to see like inside. So I would say ask really good questions, and that's another video for that I'm gonna come up with, actually, specific questions to ask on first dates, because it's really awkward, you don't really know. So I'll come with that soon. Number 3, this is a big one. Who pays on the first date? So I personally think that the man should pay on a first date, or even for homosexual relationships. Whoever is like the dominant figure, or whoever is the more masculine type, you should really assert yourself like early on, so I can feel like protected and like you're gonna be a provider. So when the waitress comes over with the check, like, I don't even want to see the check. Don't even let the check hit the table, okay? Like, you need to grab the check, and if they ask for the check, that's a good sign too. So yeah, but of course, ladies, definitely offer to pay at least. Like, at least offer, like, make it, even if you're pretending, just make it seem like you're bringing something to the table. Have your own, but like, definitely, you need to pay for the first date. 4, so after we have our conversation, you're smelling good, everything's good, you need to walk me to my car. Like, that's so big, and like, men really, why am I still holding this, actually? But that's really lacking, the chivalry. Like, you need to walk me to my car, you need to open up my door, you need to do those little things that help push in my seat. if we're at dinner, pushing my chair. Like, those little things go a really long way, especially on a first date. So walk me to my car, and that's a really good way to just reconnect and kind of just put that extra zing on it. And then lastly, compliments throughout the date really go a long way. Not excessive, not like thirst, but just like, oh, like that's a really nice color on you, or oh, I really like your hair today. Like something like that, that's like not super cliche but not super thirsty. So just like something specific, like, oh, like that's a really nice watch, or I don't know, but just compliments for sure, like, will definitely get you a second date. Now, do not. Next, it's time for don'ts. So number one pet peeve, don't be on your phone. If we're out, and especially the first date, do not be on your phone. Like, that is so annoying, it's so rude. I will literally walk out. So I understand a couple here and there, but if you're excessively on your phone and you're like into your phone, and you're like, especially if you're on IG, on Instagram, like you have nothing, like I'm in front of you on Instagram, like no. But understand it's like, I didn't take this call, or can I step away for a few? Like, that's cool. Like, business is business. I understand. But yeah, don't be on your phone. Number two, when we start to exchange like lifestyles and just what we do not brag about your career and how much money you make. Do not brag about your career and how much money you make. Like, that is so annoying. I've been on dates when they're like, yeah, I make this and I make this and I drive this and I live in this, and I'm like, if you have to like proclaim that so loudly, you're lacking in other areas. You know what I mean? So a true like good guy or girl is like, oh, you just know when they got it. You don't have to like brag about it, but definitely you want them to be excited about, you know, their career or whatever that they do. So number three, do not talk about your ex excessively. Now, that extra modifier, excessively, is really important, because you want them to talk about their ex. Like, you want to know about their past. Like, oh, how was your last relationship? Like, you know, what was that? Have you been engaged? Have you lived with someone? Have you been married? Like, that's good dialogue, but not excessively talking about your ex to the point where I'm like, do you want to get back with them? Do you want to like rekindle that? Just like make it seem like, oh, like I've been with them, but I've learned X. You know what I mean? Like, I've done this, but I've like just more so express what you got out of it, rather than like kind of the good times. So yeah, don't talk about exes excessively, but definitely talk about exes, because I'm like, have you never dated before? Does no one not want you? So like, yeah. Number four, don'ts. Do not, and this might be a little controversial, but do not kiss on the first date. I feel like I don't think I ever have kissed on the first date, because it's just like, you need to work, like you need to put in a few, like, no. So if the connection is A1, yeah, I will, but it's like, you want them to definitely hit you up again. So don't give all your you know, your tricks so soon. So I would say don't kiss on the first date, just because you want it to be super like, damn, like I didn't even kiss her and it was like great, the connection was just bomb. So lastly, last don't on a date. So usually a date is like dinner or an activity, bowling, a show. At some point I feel like you're probably getting a drink or getting some type of service. I would say just do not complain, like for men and women. Like, it's annoying when you're at dinner and they're complaining about everything, and it's like, just try to stay positive. So even if your waitress sucks, or your food is taking an hour, or this is horrible, or this is like ratchet, like just maintain the positivity, and that person will want to be around you more. If you're like, oh my god, my food is taking forever, like you're automatically just like difficult, and you don't want to like throw out those vibes too soon. So yeah, so I will have a recap after the video of my top 5 do's and my top 5 don'ts. If you have any additional tips, please feel free to comment below. I would love to hear some of your do's and don'ts and some of your funny stories. But yeah, this is just a really short video for today. We have so much more to come with Asia Ray TV, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.